Hi. So, in the beginning of our startup series, I mentioned that there are three main pillars of, of the business that you need to see before going for a startup launch. The first and foremost come is the idea. So, it has to be a commercially viable idea. The next thing is how you will sell this idea to your target market. And the third thing, how do you develop your product or service with the leanest possible operation and less costlier so that you can actually address to the customer needs. So far in our startup series videos, we address the validating the ideas. So the idea we validate, there were four videos to validate idea and then make a business plan so that you actually know that whether your product is sellable in the market or not, if there is a market or there or not, what competition, etc. If you have missed those videos, please subscribe to the channel and look the other previous videos and you will find more details about how to validate the idea, how to make a business plan. The next step, generally people when they when they have the business plan ready, they straight go to start developing the product. I see with my experience, there is one more step that you need to take before actually go for developing the product or services. And that is step called your commercial strategy. So how you will sell. Now you have the product ready, you have a business plan, you know there is a market, you know everything about your business, very clear. How you will sell. So your sale will be initially to your customers who are there in the general market. I mean, the market is very big, but you're not going to address the entire market in day one. So there will be initial customers. Target, focus on initial customers. That is important. So you need to know what is your initial customers are. Who are those? What do they want? What are their pain points? Why they will take your product? I mean, what your product gonna bring to them? Remember always, you're not talking about the entire market. I understand that during your business plan stage, you identify your market. You know what is your commercial strategy. How do you do a sales and marketing? That's fine. But right now, you are going to have your first batch of your product. The first batch, it will not go to the entire population or the entire market. It will go to a limited place. What that limited place will be, that is depending upon how much do you know your initial customer. Who will be your initial customer? Because if they don't take it, then it will be very difficult for you to continue selling the product because the product will be in the shelves for a longer period. The longer it stays in the warehouse, in the shelves, with the wholesaler, etc., the less likely that it will pick up a good sale in a short term. Yeah, it will take a long time. So it's always better that you know your customers, your initial customer. That's why I keep on telling initial customers. So the initial customer, who they will be, what are their pain points, and how you're going to solve them. So actually you are trying to find out, to see with your research, with your knowledge into the market, maybe you go for survey or whatever the information you gather, your target is that your first batch is going to go out. And remember, the first batch will not be the perfect batch. So you can't have everything into the first batch. And therefore, you need to have whatever you can figure it out or your expertise knowledge, you put it into the first batch, and that batch should go to a very calculated target market. That is your initial customer, first customer. So the first batch going to first customer. And that's why you need to know exactly what are the pain points of that first batch customer. What are they looking for? How are you going to sell? So that's the first thing you need to remember. There are other three things also. when you when you address to the pain point, you know the pain point, then you can create a marketing strategy which I call a initial campaign. That initial campaign should not just go out to address the entire. Yes, it should, but within this this campaign, you should also focus about your first customers, initial customers, so their pain points, and you elaborate those pain points. You amplify. Don't exaggerate. Just amplify. Pick up the pain points and amplify, as if you are keep on shouting about, hey, you have this problem, which is genuine problem. No fake problem, genuine problem. And you also amplify your solution, how you will solve, how it is resolving their problem. So that will be your second major thing that you need to know. First, you know the customer, you know who will be your initial target customers, and then pick up their pain points that you're going to address to that initial customer, amplify it, do a big marketing campaign. A big doesn't mean costly, but big means that you can reach out to your customer as you should. And then the next item is, next thing that you need to remember for the first batch sell is to focus on a smaller market. So when you make a business plan, you make a business plan for a large audience. You say, that's my target market and these many customers are there. I can sell this, I can sell that. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Definitely, you have done your homework. But remember one thing, your first batch is not going to reach out the entire. It should not. Even if you attempt, it will be like you trying to learn swimming and you going directly into the larger Olympic size pool. You will not do that. Nobody does it. When we start learning the swimming pool, we try to find a small pond, a small swimming pool which is not deep enough, and still try to stay closer to the edge, so that if things go out of control, you can still reach to the edge. That's what we do in the first batch sell. First batch sell, when we go, even if either it is a product or services, when you go to the first initial target customer, that has to be smaller, so that things go wrong, you can still control. That's necessary. Your product will not have everything that everybody in the market, in the target market, require. So if you sell a product, put a product, there are other customers which you think that you have addressed 5 pain points and you have a great solution for those 5 pain points. But when you go into the market, there are customers are so many, they can go out of control. They say, your product lacking this, product lacking that. Of course, you can't control everybody's need all at once. So depending upon your product, or depending upon what you actually perfectly can deliver, address your target market, find your target market, determine your target market, and develop your product accordingly. So it will help, so knowing your customers, knowing your first batch will help you developing your product efficiently, effectively, and resolving the needs of the customers. One more thing you should also take care to develop a feedback system before even going for the operation. Feedback system is necessary. Your product will have lacking. We don't know. You will also not know. So no matter how good the product is, there will be always something which is missing, which may not be related directly to the product, but there are certain things around there. For example, a tech startup. Tech startup, go into the market, great product, solution fantastic, everything is okay. But when the customer trying to fill up the form, it's so slow. Customer get fed up and then stop doing it. So your members, your marketing campaign reaching out to the customer, they are interested, but just because it takes longer time, the form to move to the next screen, they just get fed up and they just don't do it. Lose customer. So it's a very small thing, but that can lose your customer. So make sure that you have a proper, robust, dynamic, and feedback system which you actually monitor and look into it from the perspective that it will give you the feedback that is necessary, mandatory to improve your product. These 4 elements, make sure that you have them in order before you actually go for operation. So the next video, we'll talk about how to develop a product for a startup. Till then, this is Abdulaziz, Senior Partner, Business Consultancy, Gatling Group.